Okay. I was gonna start discoing.
I'm sorry.
Okay, hi.
Hey!
Happy Valentine's Day.
Woo.
So, I was realizing that, God is Jesus' baby daddy. Get it? But then that got me thinking, like, how did that go down? How did God get Jesus into Mary? What kind of situation, caused that? How did they meet? How did God and Mary meet? Did God come down in some, really appealing form? Ooh, it's a hot guy. And Mary's like, hello. And he's like, hello. And booming God voice. And, he, takes her out for some, whatever old drinks they had back then and some food. And, she's just, really excited. And he's like, hey, I'm going to put a baby in you. And then she's like, oh, my God. And then he's just like, boop. And pokes her belly. She's like, damn it. She was really excited, so. Did Mary even know if God existed? If Mary didn't know that God existed, first, was he just a big booming voice coming down, hello, ah! And I have to explain who I am. He had to explain who he was first. I'm God. No, really, I'm God. And explain what God is and everything. And then he's like, okay. And now that you're convinced that I'm God, I have a proposition. Maybe she already knew who he was, the God concept. And so she was praying to him. Maybe she was praying to God. And she's like, God, help me, please help me through this passage. And thank you for all you've given me, and thank you for listening to me. Lord knows, well, I guess that'd be you. Lord knows that Joseph doesn't listen to me, so thank you for listening to me after all this time. And God, if there's anything I could ever do for you in return, anything at all, just let me know. And God just was like, well, actually, now that you mention it. And lastly, and Joseph, who convinced him that this was God's child? Mary had to, to convince him that God and her had platonically conceived a child. He's like, you did what? With who? Maybe Joseph was really proud to have, God's child. He was really excited about being the foster dad, the adoptive parent of his kid, what's it called when you're the stepdad? He's really excited to be Jesus' stepdad. He's just walking around all stoked on his kid, attaboy, Jesus, that's my son. Well, not really my son. It's God's son. He's God's child, but parenthood is from the heart, not the blood. That's my wife's and God's boy. Joseph has a coffee cup. It says best mortal dad ever. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.